1440 KVON and 99.3 The Vine. It is 8:15. It's good to be with you, and it's good to be in the studio with these folks because I'm real excited about what they're doing, and I'm going to tell you all about that. They're going to tell you about that. I'm just here to listen, just like everybody else. But in the studio is Olivia, Everett, and Alex Lydon. I got that. Okay, and Alex Shantz this morning from Wandering Rose. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Thanks for coming in. We're already having fun this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. This is really exciting. This is a new group, right? Brand new group coming together. So tell us just a little bit about the group. First of all, what is it? What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, why don't you start, Olivia, because I think you're better at telling the story.
Well, Alex and I are both Napa. We both went to Napa schools and grew up in Napa, and have gone to college for arts. Alex was a theater major and I was a film major, and we both wanted to come back and live in Napa because love this community, but in coming back, we had all these great ideas of things that we wanted to do for film and performing arts, and really realized that there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of creating a support community for artists, because we realized there was a great kind of geographic disbursement of artists all over the valley, that we're all kind of separated and individual, and especially for the youth, it's kind of hard to break in and get to know people
especially with things like theater and film, where you do need like a large group of people to do anything. I mean, for visual art or individual artists, it's a little bit easier because you can sit at home in your studio or whatever and do your own work. But for musicians, performing arts, there's just not that great of a community yet. And
like you're not connected.
Yeah,
everyone's kind of in their own little place.
Right. So we realized that this wasn't just us two were having this problem, that it's something that I think the whole valley could benefit from, is kind of getting to know each other and starting ideas. And as we started to investigate this more, we kind of came up with a plan for different ways to create a vibrant culture and community for the arts in Napa, and kind of centralized in downtown. So we were starting out by holding general meetings, open forum meetings, where we gather people together, and that's kind of, in doing this, that's how we met Alex Shantz. That's how we got to know Alex.
Yeah, and Alex, you emailed me about this new group, and you guys are, getting up your website and all of that. So why did you get involved?
Well, we met at a youth violence forum that was being hosted at the library. We were like the only two youth there, I believe.
Yeah.
Just really?
We were not. Yeah, it was.
So you and Alex.
It was well attended, but it was.
Yeah,
generally it was the three of us and I think like one other person under 30.
Wow.
Yeah, just kind of interesting, that we were the only real youth voice at a event that was about
for preventing youth violence, right?
Exactly. So they left me their information. For a while I've had the same feelings about Napa and community, that they have when it comes to just art and having like a venue to express it. Like I'm a musician. I've been doing music since junior high, and there aren't too many places to play, so really all forms of art, it's hard to like find ways of expressing it. So we just made contact with them and met up, and they're
That's great.
The brainchilds behind this whole thing.
right. So then now you can join forces. So you're trying to get people who are any kind of performing arts to join this?
Yeah, actually, we're open to any medium, and actually, I'm all for new media of any kind, because I know it's out there, and I just not quite sure where to look for it.
What's new media?
I mean, going outside of the box of just traditional visual arts or traditional, because for me, I'm a performance artist, so I don't do traditional theater most of the time. Most of my stuff is more experimental and avant-garde, which means there's less of a market for it, but I don't really mind because I love to do it.
Right.
And I'm assuming and I'm hoping that there are a lot of other artists like me out there that really want to take whatever medium they're used to working with and kind of taking it in a different direction, because I think that would make Napa a more unique, an even more unique community, and have an even stronger arts culture. Because we've done it with food, we've done it with wine. Why can't we do it with anything else?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for myself, I think that we're open to all types of art, visual, performing. I mean, we just happen to be in the more performing side, but film is kind of a mix of performing and visual. And from my perspective, I think I agree with Alex that getting to have different kind of perspectives and creative sides and innovation is extremely important. But also art can bring the community together. It can be something that the community can do together. And so that's part of why this group needs to exist, to have people to join it, because art is something like film that the community can rally around, that they can all see it together and talk about it together and create it together.
So if you're having these monthly meetings?
Yes.
Okay, so we're hopefully, we're going to grow and these different artists are going to come together and do this. So what is your vision? If you could fast forward, say in 5 years, and wave your magic wand and have it go the way you want it to go, what's your vision for this community and the performing arts?
Well, I think that all of us want to see, we have kind of centralized our vision in the downtown area, because, that's what downtowns are for. They're there to be a center for culture and community in a city, and for Napa, that's where it is. And so we would love to see, I would love to see an independent theater go up and have people be able to participate in film and have a coffee shop attached to it, something that people could really sit around and go to film society meetings, or just enjoy time to be able to sit around and talk with each other and see kind of different varieties of films that are coming out. And we've also discussed a theater company. We have Dreamweavers, which is great, and we'd love to see it kind of grow. And I'd love to see Alex be able to do some of his more experimental plays and new plays.
And
I would like
also,
that too.
Yeah, we've also
That's great.
We've also talked about creating more arts festivals in Napa, because we feel like that would be a really great way of incorporating not just the local community but also the tourist community, so you can have both, and it would also help the economy in that sort of way.
Right.
Because you can look back at, even in economic hard times, like say the Great Depression, film thrived during the Depression, because people need entertainment during hard times. And so why cut things just because you have no money? We believe that art is a completely affordable and a doable thing and a necessary thing, to a certain extent. So we're committed to creating affordable art, as well as, I think, something that everybody should hear. We don't think that you need to have a budget of $100 million to make a movie. You don't need a budget of $65 million to do a show. You can do I've done shows on a $50 budget, and people love them. I can't, I can't deny that. And so I think we want to get people aware of being able to create without necessarily having a lot of money, because first, we don't have any, and we're trying to do it.
You have the passion, though.
I think another part of it is, I'd like to see this organization kind of unite people, bring people together, and a lot of the problems that are that exist in this town, I think, are kind of systemic, and it in order to overcome it, you have to depend on yourself. So I'd like to see this organization create an environment where people could kind of, what's that? Support each other. Yeah, we'll support each other, and feel like they have the ability to create the kinds of things they want to see. Like, for example, if there's a band who wants to play a show, find out how to put on that show themselves, kind of thing.
You can kind of teach each other. And like you talked about the youth, younger people coming in, it's difficult. So if you have those that could be mentors.
Yeah, that was another thing that we talked about.
That have been in the biz for a long time, and they can help mentor the newcomers.
That's actually something we really talked about in the first meeting we all three met at, the gang task force, the youth violence prevention meeting. We talked about the lack of apprenticeship and mentorship programs in the Valley, which we feel like are things that the youth really need, especially middle school, high school kids. They need someone to look up to, and it's not always going to be a teacher. It's not always going to be some, NBA player or, pro sports player to look up to, or necessarily even your family's there, and you can think your mom or dad's your hero.
You can't have too many heroes.
You can never have too many heroes. That's what we're looking for.